To provide an astrological outlook for Bitcoin on Monday, November 3rd, 2025, we'll consider the planetary positions and their potential influence on market dynamics and investor sentiment. Astrological influences on November 3rd, 2025. Often 1. Sun in Scorpio. Scorpio's energy is intense and transformative, often associated with deep financial matters. This could suggest a period of significant shifts in the Bitcoin market, possibly involving volatility. 2. Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury governs communication and transactions. In Sagittarius, it can bring optimism and a broader perspective, potentially leading to positive news or developments in the crypto space. However, it may also introduce a degree of impulsiveness. 3. Mars in Leo. Mars represents action and aggression. In Leo, it could indicate bold moves in the market, possibly leading to increased trading activity and heightened investor enthusiasm. 4. Venus in Libra. Venus influences values and money. In Libra, it suggests a desire for balance and harmony, which could translate to a more stable or favorable market sentiment for Bitcoin. 5. Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. In Gemini, it could lead to increased communication and interest in cryptocurrencies, potentially driving up investor sentiment. 6. Saturn in Pisces. Saturn represents structure and discipline. In Pisces, it may introduce some uncertainty or confusion, which could affect long-term investment strategies. Potential market movements. Volatility. With the Sun in Scorpio and Mars in Leo, expect potential volatility in Bitcoin's price. There might be sharp movements, either upward or downward, depending on market triggers. Positive developments. Mercury in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Gemini could bring positive news or developments that boost investor confidence. This might lead to a bullish trend if the news is favorable. Balanced sentiment. Venus in Libra suggests that despite potential volatility, there could be an underlying desire for stability, which might help temper extreme movements. Long-term caution. Saturn in Pisces indicates that while short-term gains might be possible, long-term investors should remain cautious and consider the broader economic context. Investor sentiment. Optimism. The combination of Mercury in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Gemini may lead to heightened optimism among investors, with many feeling encouraged to participate in the market. Aggressiveness. Mars in Leo could result in more aggressive trading strategies, with investors possibly taking bolder positions. Caution. Saturn in Pisces might temper some of this enthusiasm, reminding investors to approach the market with a degree of caution and to consider the potential for long-term shifts. In summary, on November 3rd, 2025, Bitcoin may experience volatility with potential for both upward and downward movements. Positive news could drive a bullish trend, supported by optimistic investor sentiment. However, long-term investors should remain cautious due to underlying uncertainties.